And now, from Ursus Pacificus, the most misunderstood name in baseless conjecture, this is NewsUndies, all the news that shouldn't be news, with Paul Torville. Featuring opposing viewpoints with Pig and Sheep. And now, the longest-haired news anchor we know, Paul Torville.
For June 19th, 2009, this is NewsUndies, all the news that shouldn't be news. I'm Paul Torville with these headlines. Former Republican vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin expects ridicule for returning to the national political spotlight. While the Palin machine prefers to characterize her as being consumed by the media freak show in the last presidential election cycle, more objective observers saw her as the freak show. On her first political trip, she visited a museum that focuses on the 19th century origins of the women's movement in the United States. While touring the museum's exhibits, she commented positively on one black and white photo of women brandishing guns, but passed without comment by a photo of a woman brandishing a sign that read, "Black Lesbian Feminist." Palin applauded mommy mayors and girl governors, but had no praise for lesbian legislators. Republicans are going berserk over a comment by Newsweek editor Evan Thomas on MSNBC's Hardball with Chris Matthews program. In context and without the filtration of "our side lost the last election" binoculars and Christian witch hunt headphones, Thomas's comments seem perfectly rational, if a bit flowery. Paraphrasing the quote, he said that President Obama had chosen to take an objective, removed, perhaps even elevated perspective than his predecessor, enabling him to see the big picture with reduced nationalist and sectarian bias. That's what you call a good thing. Plaxico Burress. More news after this. Hey gang, it's time for celebrity birthdays again. Got my cake hat on. Let's rock. Saturday the 13th, William Butler Yeats, dead. Malcolm McDowell and Ali Sheedy. Sunday the 14th, Alois Alzheimer. You may remember him, the disease that's named after him. Or maybe you don't. Well, he's dead. Ernesto Che Guevara, he's dead. And Donald Trump, he's not. Monday the 15th, the ironically named Yuri Andropov. He's dead. What a surprise. Harry Nilsson, dead, and Robin Curtis, whom you may recall as Saavik in Star Trek's 3 and 4. Or you may not. She wasn't that memorable. Tuesday the 16th, Joan Van Ark, Gino Vanelli, and Laurie Metcalf. Wednesday the 17th, MC Escher, he dead. Ralph E. Winters, he dead. And Joe Piscopo, whose career is dead, but he seems to be fine. Thursday the 18th, E.G. Marshall, he dead. Sir Paul McCartney and Uday Hussein, he dead. Friday the 19th, Niels Bohr, I believe he dead. Ann Wilson and Kathleen Turner. That does it for celebrity birthdays. I'm Paul Torville and I am done! Newt Gingrich, Mike Huckabee, and other prominent top Republicans are making a lot of noise among their supporters, but not so the rest of us can hear. What are they saying? Are you sitting down? Quote, "Only in the United States does citizenship start with our Creator." End quote. That would be Newt Gingrich. Quote, "The notion that we are just one of many among equals is nonsense." End quote. That would be Mike Huckabee. Are these guys for real? Yes, they are. And they're scary. Huckabee called the Prop 8 vote in California, quote, "a miracle from God's hands," end quote. Gingrich characterizes the U.S. as being, quote, "surrounded by paganism," end quote. What is he, Torquemada? One well-regarded pollster remarked that the current Republican strategies leave the party looking out of touch and irrelevant. But only now, though. Not before. Even though their strategies haven't changed. Oh, the Lakers won again. So, looting, tipping cars over. Burn stuff down. Good. Now, as someone who has 9 tattoos myself, I find this one a little ridiculous. An 18-year-old Belgian girl went into a tattoo shop and claims to have asked for only 3 stars to be tattooed on her face. The artist claims to have applied the 56 stars that she asked for. She claims to have fallen asleep while her face was being tattooed. I mean, she only woke up when the artist got to her nose. So, wah. The notion that President Obama wouldn't harm a fly is now officially a goner. Here are Pig and Sheep to discuss the significance of the event.
Screw the fly. When is he going to kill bin Laden?
As much as it pains me to say this, I'm with Sheep on this one.
Well, that's what Pig and Sheep think. What are your thoughts? Email them to ovcomments@newsundies.com. Whack job animal rights group PETA has denounced President Obama for killing a fly during an interview with CNBC's John Harwood. PETA sent the president a, quote, humane bug catcher, end quote, which requires the user to then venture outside to release the bug. Height of frivolity? Oh no! Flies only reproduce at a rate of 500 to 1! They need our protection! We'll have more after this.
Ursa Specificus NewsUndies is brought to you by the Church of No Thanks, celebrating personal liberty since 2008 at www.nothankschurch.com. And by the Ursa Specificus Kitsch Cave at www.cafepress.com/urspax.
Susan freaking Boyle! The ironically named Nelson Blewett, I'm going to give that a second to sink in. Okay, everybody caught up now? Nelson Blewett received 2nd and 3rd degree burns on his face and hand when his late adolescent stupidity mixed with beer, flammable aerosols, and disposable lighters. Blewett explains that he and a friend were taking turns spraying aerosol deodorant at each other, lighting the streams, when someone thought it would be fun to spray lighter fluid on him. Blewett was fortunate not to have inhaled the flames, which would have caused permanent damage to his trachea, lungs, and esophagus, according to Fire Chief John Bugher? B-U-G-H-E-R? I don't know that there's a way to pronounce that man's name without insulting him. Fortunately, Nelson didn't inhale it. Nelson blew it. And finally, we're going to try something a little different. A new occasional segment called The Up-Down. Think of The Up-Down as a crackpot headline lightning round. Well, here are Pig and Sheep with The Up-Down.
Blow a kiss, no diploma.
Book burning by law in Wisconsin.
Obama killed a fly.
Ray Nagin stuck in China.
Bret Michaels learns to walk.
George Lucas equals Citizen Kane.
Toupee rights in Taiwan.
Meteor hits boy in Germany.
Conservatives use disgust as moral compass.
Toledo tickets for parking in driveways.
And that's The Up-Down. And that's all for this edition of NewsUndies. Remember, if you see news that shouldn't be news, you can email your story tips to undies@newsundies.com. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Paul Torville. After that, I might be this guy.